Hello, hello, and welcome back to Language Lab, where we take our conversations apart word by word.
And today's episode is about political correctness, or PC. If you know, you're in the know.
If you know, you know. All right, so first up, the word is controversy. And controversy is basically when something is, I guess, like a public disagreement, something where people can have one opinion, one strong opinion, or like the opposite, equally strong opinion, right? So it's like just a way of saying, everyone's arguing about this topic.
Yeah. And the next one, we have an expression that goes sore topic. And sore topic is something sensitive or painful to discuss, like mentioning your friend's ex boyfriend or ex girlfriend. The last time someone said, let's split the bill at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Oof,
Ooh, that can
don't
be
do
a
that.
that can be a sore topic. Yes. The next term is when we are talking about marginalizing. And marginalize, like a margin is the edge or like the corner of something, right? And when we're marginalizing, people, for example, you're kind of pushing them out of the middle, like you're pushing them towards the edge socially. So you're not doing it, of course, physically or literally,
Yeah.
right? It's like, when language is excluding a group, that's marginalizing that group. Yeah, really important word.
The word discrimination. Discrimination is an unfair treatment of people because of who they are. When you talk about their race, their gender, or their age.
Yeah, yeah. Or even ideas
Even
of people
ideas.
can also be discriminating. And yeah, so we again want to avoid this in our everyday language, right? And one way that we can avoid discrimination is to be aware of the language. And the word aware means like to be conscious or informed of something, to know something, right? So if you know something, then you want to, if you're aware of something, it means you know something and you want to, uh, like if something is offensive and you're aware that it's offensive, you will avoid saying it. And yeah.
Yeah. The next word, we've used it 10,000 times and we'll be using it, and it's the word inclusive. And if something is inclusive, it means that it welcomes everyone. It's the linguistic equivalent of saying, come sit with us. It's safe here. We want you with us.
I think this is probably the most important. It's the word of the
Yeah.
day.
It's the word of the day.
Is the word of the day. And also another, just a way to remember it is, the word include, right?
Yeah.
It means to include,
Great.
like to add somebody to the group or something. That's where it comes from. It's a very similar meaning. Yes. Another word that we have is polarizing. You guys know, the North Pole versus the South Pole, and they are on opposite sides of the world, right? And this is kind of what it's a similar meaning. So polarizing is something that is like very opposite, or like the things are very different. And so when we say it's a polarizing idea or it's a polarizing opinion, it means that it's something where opinions can be divided like very oppositely, like on the opposite end. So if I say this is a polarizing topic, it's like people can strongly have one idea and other people can strongly have the opposite idea. For example, pineapples on pizza. It's a polarizing topping for pizza.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
Yes.
Yes, me too.
Awesome.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
This is why
No
we're friends.
polarization
No
here.
polarization. Another really, I guess, in the language world, a really other polarizing grammar thing is the Oxford comma, which is where you add a comma before and when you're listing something like apples, comma, carrots, comma, and pears.
Yes.
Right? So do you put that last comma there or not? I
am for.
I am also for the Oxford comma. Okay, so no polarizing thoughts
I
here?
like it. I mean, it makes so much more sense when it's there.
I have a lot of reasons as to why we need an Oxford comma, but we're not going to get into this. This is not the right time and place.
Yeah, a different episode. The next one is a great expression, and it goes catch 22.
Great
and it
book,
comes from a book by Joseph Heller.
Yes.
I guess definitely Joseph, but I guess it's Heller. Amazing book, guys. Read it. We didn't talk about it in our book episode, but read it. So people use this expression in everyday speech when they talk about no-win situation. Like a great example would be that you cannot get a job without experience, but you can get experience without a job.
This is a
It's
catch
like
22.
a classic catch 22.
Yeah. I love this. I love this idea and this expression because there's no solution.
Yeah.
Right? It's a circle.
It's
Like
a no-win situation.
All right. Another thing that we wanted to do here was kind of clarify the difference between equity and equality. They both come from a very similar, I guess, like root word, and they sound very similar. The meanings are somewhat similar, but we did want to differentiate between those two things.
But still, it's like a huge difference.
There is actually a very big difference, right? So when we talk about equality, it means like everybody gets the same thing equally, right? So for example, like you get 5 apples and I get 5 apples, right? That's equality. Equity means giving everyone what they need, giving everyone what they need to have the same chance or the same opportunity, right? Based on like an individual, right? Or like a group, right? So for example, it's like you had breakfast already and I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. So I don't even know
you
if
want to take my apples.
I should have like 6 apples and you should have 4 apples. Right. So I guess like just in a very simple way, that would be how you describe the difference between equality and equity.
Yes. The next expression is in the know. And if you are in the know, you are aware of the latest information and whatever is happening around you.
And outdated. Outdated is when something is old-fashioned from a long time ago. It is no longer kind of like acceptable, not necessarily acceptable, but it's just no longer used, right? Is when we say something is outdated. So for example, I don't know, when you think about technology gets outdated very quickly, right? Back then I was using floppy disks, if you ever know, and then that became outdated, and then everybody started using CDs.
Yeah.
And then that's outdated, and people are using USBs, and that's outdated, and everyone's using a cloud. You know, like that's
or even fax machines. Like, oh my God, those are like dinosaurs.
I don't even remember the last time I saw a fax machine.
The next word is shift, and shift is a change in attitude or perspective. Like we were discussing in our episode, there's been a shift toward using language that does not offend any group of people.
Yes. Assume is something we don't want to do, and to assume something is like to give yourself some kind of knowledge or taking some sort of information without really any actual fact or proof, right? So one of the examples that we gave in the episode was assuming somebody's gender because of maybe what their appearance is, right? That's not what we do these days. You need to ask, discuss, know before you assume.
Yes. The next on the list is non-binary. And non-binary is a gender identity outside the traditional male-female boxes. It's like binary code, bi, two, just like male and female. So non-binary, meaning that they do not identify as like just the two of those. And it's not a glitch in the system. It's just proof that the world is wonderfully diverse.
Yeah, we don't go by bits and bytes anymore.
Nope.
It's not just yes and no, ones and zeros, right? All right, the next expression, which I really like, is props to you. Props. Literally a prop or when we say prop is like a fist bump, I guess. That would be like prop.
Okay.
When,
Are we doing it
we're
or
not
not?
actually, I don't know. When we say props to you, it's kind of like it's an informal way of saying, oh, good for you, or well done. Uh, you you remembered my favorite, my favorite book that I mentioned to you last year. Wow, props to you for having a good memory.
Yeah. The next word, the bad one, and it's the word slur. Even when you pronounce it, it's like blah, so hard, like going out of you. So the slur is a word or a phrase that is used to insult or demean or belittle a group of people. And basically, this is the linguistic equivalent of poison. Don't use it.
Yes.
Don't.
And just to clarify, the noun slur is, yeah, like an offensive word or comment or something like that. The verb slur is, imagine somebody who's like really, really drunk, and you imagine imagine the way they're talking. That's slurring your words.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next word is indigenous. We did mention this word a couple of times in our episode, and what it refers to is like the original inhabitants of a place, or the original in some sort of a place or territory. So, for example, in Canada, we have like First Nations, Inuit, Métis, a lot of different groups. And yeah, we try to use these words, especially with a lot of respect.
Learning curve. And learning curve means how long it takes to get good at something. Like talking about sensitive topics has definitely a learning curve, and that's okay. You'll get there.
And when you say like how long it takes to learn something is very difficult, you can say it's a steep learning curve, right? Yes. The next word is homogeneous. And homogeneous basically means like when something is made up of a similar or the same group, right? So you have countries that are homogenous, meaning there is one, main ethnicity or prevalent race in that country. So Ukraine, for example, where Helen is from, is a homogenous country, whereas
Very
Canada
homogeneous.
is definitely not.
Derogatory, another bad word. Derogatory is an insulting or disrespectful word, speech, or tone. It's basically like vocabulary with a very bad attitude.
That's right.
Also,
That's
don't do that.
Minority. A minority is when you talk about a smaller group within a larger population. So in the episode, we did talk about it in terms of race, but it doesn't always have to be, or actually, yeah, it doesn't always have to be about race at all, right? So you can say like, I think the two of us are in the minority when we say we are pineapple pizza lovers. I think we're unfortunately in the minority here.
No.
Yes. It's basically a group with like less representation.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Umbrella term, and umbrella term is like a broad term that covers many specific cases. Like we were talking in an episode about people of color or POC. This is an umbrella term for various racial and ethnic identities.
Yes. Next up is teaser. And a teaser is it's like a little taste of something or like a short preview of something that is bigger, right? So for example, if there is an exciting movie that is coming out, then maybe they will come out with like a little teaser or like a short clip of the movie to get you excited about the movie coming out. So that's a teaser. We can maybe we'll have some teasers of future episodes coming up. We never know.
Yeah, and sometimes we do have them in our
Sometimes we do.
episodes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The next word is neurodivergent. And neurodivergency describes people whose brains work differently. These are people with ADHD or people with autism. And it's not a flaw, it's just another way of being a human.
Yeah. I actually love the word neurodiverse.
I love it too.
Because it's just, I don't know, it just sounds like such a I don't know. It's just a beautiful word.
It
It
is a
rolls off the
beautiful
tongue so
word.
nicely.
Yeah.
Anyway, impaired. To be impaired is like you basically don't have the capacity or the full ability to do something, right? So we were talking about visually, the term visually impaired. I think that was the term that we were using. Sometimes, actually, if you just use it by itself, if you say like he's impaired, it's a PC way of saying they're drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, impaired driving.
Impaired driving.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. The next word is refer to, and to refer to means to mention or speak about something or someone or to someone, like addressing someone. Like, sorry, are you referring to me?
Yeah. Uh, to insult. And to insult, a lot of you may already know this, but when we insult someone, it's you are saying something that will offend another person. And usually it's done deliberately. And again, we want to avoid insulting anyone.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Another word on our list is ageism, and ageism is discrimination based on people's age, like assuming that older people cannot use smartphones would be an
Yes.
ageism.
It's a very common suffix that we use, ISM, ism,
Mhm.
to talk about like when we're discriminating against a certain group of people. So there's ageism,
Sexism.
racism, sexism, all of that. Okay, lastly, we have the word cringe. And cringe, it is a facial expression, first of all, when you kind of scrunch up your face when something smells bad or somebody said something really weird. And it basically means like awkward or embarrassing. So, for example, when you see I don't know, your your dad trying to use the new Gen Z slang, like if he comes to you and he's like, "Hey, did you see that totally lit show?" Or I feel really cringy right now saying that. Okay, so let's stop here.
Awesome. So that's all the vocabulary for today. And remember that being politically correct is about showing awareness and respect in how we use the language.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. It's not about censorship. It's about communication that it really doesn't leave anyone out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.